Following the treacherous and unexpected Japanese attack at Pearl Harbor on the morning of December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy, the U.S. territories in the Pacific began falling one by one to the Japanese invasion. As the U.S. struggles to bring together its naval forces in the Pacific and prepare retaliation, you have to take the role of Admiral Chester William Nimitz, newly appointed Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. Pacific Fleet. Your task is to bring together all the U.S. naval forces demoralized by a series of disgraceful defeats, strengthen them, heighten their spirits, and prepare to turn the tide of the Pacific War. By employing carefully considered strategy, shrewd tactical moves, providing your forces with the newest and most up-to-date equipment, and exploiting enemy weaknesses, you have to retake all territories seized by the Empire of Japan in the Pacific, and then invade their homeland. The whole world needs to be made aware of what happens when one dares to attack the United States of America.
Greetings and good morning, Hawaii. You're listening to Radio Honolulu. Today, December the 7th, the weather is perfect, and we would like to bring this song for the listening pleasure of all U.S. military personnel on Hawaii.
Come from every quarter, from the north, south, east, and west, to clear
Jenny, why aren't you eating?
the land we love the best. We've left our occupation and home so far and dear, but when the going's rather rough,
Mom, is Daddy going to leave us again today?
good morning.
Yes, Jenny. You know full well that he's on duty, even on Sundays.
Good morning, Mr. Zip, 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 you're surely looking fine.
Hey, you two. I have a surprise for both of you.
If the camels don't get to the petite,
I took the day off so I could spend the entire day with two beautiful ladies.
your heck is just not as mine.
We get to play with Daddy today!
Don't worry. The Arizona will somehow manage without me for one whole day.
On the highway, you meet them down the pike in olive drab and khaki, all on the hike.
Mommy! Get up! Mommy, please, get up! Mommy! Please, get up! Mommy! Please!
This is preposterous. Utterly preposterous. Our Pacific Fleet has been destroyed at Pearl Harbor, clearly demonstrating an unprecedented level of complacency and incompetence in our high command. On top of all this disastrous news, our territories in the Pacific are being captured by the Japanese daily. Gentlemen, this cannot be allowed to continue. Admiral Nimitz, you are hereby appointed the new Commander-in-Chief of the United States Pacific Fleet. I expect you to fully engage the Japanese and put an end to this nonsense immediately. You must save our nation. Do I make myself perfectly clear?
Mr. President, indeed, the situation is dire. However, I'm convinced that decisive actions will swing the balance in our favor.
Mr. President, the appointment of Chester Nimitz is the best thing that you could have done to put the Japanese in their place. Together we will protect our country from the Japanese threat.
It is my direct command to you, Admiral Nimitz, that the Japanese offensive in the Pacific be completely thwarted.
Yes, sir.
Ernest, Chester, do not let our country down.
Oh my God, it is worse than in the newspapers. Oklahoma, capsized, 429 dead. Arizona, exploded, 1,177 dead. We have lost so many brave seamen, and it all happened in 1 hour. How many more have to die before we end this war?
I hope that we can get back at those damn Japs, sir.
We have to regain our strength first, then retaliate at the right moment. And here comes my fleet. Enter.
Naval Intelligence Officer Lieutenant Commander Layton, reporting for duty as ordered, sir.
At ease, Lieutenant Commander. Give me the situation report.
The Japanese carrier task force is headed in a...
read the report, Layton. I am interested in the officer's mood, not the statistics.
Well, after everything that happened, sir, everyone expects to be relieved of duty. I'm also willing to take responsibility for our collective failure, sir. Who should I transfer my duties to?
Sit down, Lieutenant Commander. Lieutenant Commander, I've scrutinized the report and the attack on the Pearl Harbor. I have come to the conclusion that you and the other officers are not to blame. It could have happened to anyone. It's my sincere hope, Layton, that you and all the other men will remain in your assigned duties. America most assuredly needs you.
Well, Admiral, we all know this is a catastrophe, sir. Our Pacific Fleet is all but destroyed.
No. I would not say that's true. Our aircraft carriers are still in good shape. So, despite the devastating blow, it's still too early for us to give up. This is especially true in your case, Layton. You have spent years in Tokyo, and you studied the Japanese mentality and their traditions and know them better than anyone else. Your knowledge is an invaluable asset. Edwin, let's assume that you are Admiral Yamamoto. What would your next move be?
Well, sir, I would focus on this southern region, sir. The Japanese are in dire need of fuel. So they're going to have to occupy New Guinea. And then all the nearby islands which are rich in oil. At the same time, they should try to capture Port Moresby, which is to support any subsequent invasion of Australia.
That is exactly what I have assumed as well. And that is where we're going to stop them.
From the Commander-in-Chief, United States Fleet, Admiral Ernest King, to the Commander-in-Chief, United States Pacific Fleet, Admiral Chester Nimitz. The situation in the Pacific Theatre has deteriorated rapidly over the last 4 months. The Japanese have seized vast operational areas and are now on the verge of invading Australia. The Port Moresby base in New Guinea is the last obstacle in their way. Its loss would be a catastrophe for our defence in the Pacific Southwest sector. Intelligence reports a group of Japanese transport ships which are being escorted by a carrier will soon be heading to Port Moresby for a troop landing and deployment. Further, be advised, 2 Japanese carriers left the base in Rabaul. They are assumed to have been ordered to the Coral Sea to provide air cover for the landing operation. The Southwest Sector Commander, General MacArthur, will try to hold Port Moresby at all costs. Unfortunately, his forces are insufficient to carry this out. Only the Navy can stop the Japanese. I command you to send a carrier task force to the Coral Sea to detect and destroy the Japanese invading forces.
From Admiral Nimitz to Admiral King, I sent Task Force 17, including carrier Yorktown, to intercept the anticipated Japanese attack.
Admiral Fletcher reports. Task Force 17 has reached the designated location.
Great. Your next step will be to join forces with Task Force 11 located near the island of San Cristobal. To establish contact, your ships must arrive at the specified area. Upon uniting our fleet, locate and eliminate the Japanese forces. According to intelligence reports, the enemy is expected to attack from the north. Bear in mind that after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, every major naval vessel counts. Under no circumstances can we allow for the loss of the Yorktown. Without such a valuable combat unit, our defeat would be imminent.
With that much firepower, we can sink the whole country, I think.
Ready to launch our Air Force. Do we really have to go through all that again?
Our attitude is as crazy as our altitude.
If the infantry is the heart of the armed forces, the Air Force is their soul.
I'm fed up with seeing the same ugly mugs every day.
The skies are calling.
Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels?
Unseen for the enemy.
A Japanese recon aircraft has been sighted close to our task force.
It cannot be allowed to escape. I do not want to alert the Japanese High Command with the advance news of our attack. Send fighters to intercept the enemy plane.
From General MacArthur to Admiral Nimitz. My pilots spotted a group of Japanese warships heading for Tulagi Island. Apparently, they are planning to seize the island. Our garrison does not stand a chance against an attack. However, your fleet is capable of overpowering any invading forces. Now would be the perfect time for intervention. The troops on their transport ships are extremely vulnerable. You must help my men protect Tulagi.
I'd rather not take the reports of MacArthur's army pilots at face value. They are not accustomed to naval operations and can give us an incorrect assessment of the situation. We have to send our reconnaissance float plane to scout the area around Tulagi.
The skies are calling.
Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels? Did you check for the enemy submarines?
We have established contact.
Great.
We'll carry you through this battle.
Submariners are the elite of the Navy. Yes, it is us.
We'll hope for the best.
$300 of armor is no joke.
US Marines are bested only by US submarines. Should we not get paid better?
The aircraft has escaped.
Not the best way to start the operation. The Japanese are now aware of our attack.
It's a pity we have not used this great reconnaissance tool before. Acting blindly is too costly at times.
We're eager to fly. I like flying. It's liberating.
Let's pray for good weather. Let's pray for good weather. Let's pray for good weather.
Providing air cover.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
You don't need islands when you have carriers.
On the ground, everything's so hectic.
Ready to launch our Air Force. Yes, sir.
Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels?
It is so boring in here. Can we attack?
Your trust is well placed. Are we on a scouting mission?
Do we really have to go through all that again?
We keep traditions of the Navy. Time to move. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
We will shaft that torpedo up their vessel.
Is there anything better than serving... Finally, we get to use our guns.
All systems are go.
With that much firepower, we can sink the whole country, I think.
Let's not exceed our range.
We are high in the sky. Better to die than to live and not fly.
Should we not get paid better?
Do you require an escort? On the prowl. Your trust is well placed.
We'll carry you through this battle.
Seeking out the enemy.
We have an island on board, sir.
Are we going home?
Providing air cover. Escort ships are the glue that holds the Navy together.
We prefer to keep our distance.
Do you require an escort?
We keep traditions of the Navy.
Submariners are the elite of the Navy. Yes, it is us.
If the infantry is the heart of the armed forces, the Air Force is their soul.
Providing escort service.
We have an island on board, sir. Sir, we have
the Japanese main carrier.
Tulagi!
Enemies are high. You're higher.
You can see the world's harmony in the skies. You can see the world's harmony in the skies.
We reach for the stars. Can't we just stay away and launch planes? We better be kept away from the enemy. Yes, sir!
Guarding bigger vessels. Seeking out the enemy. How may I be of assistance? Seeking out the enemy. Fire away! Fire all guns!
300 millimeters of armor is no joke. We have big guns, if you know what I mean.
All systems are go. Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them. sir. According to the radio interception, enemy carriers are preparing to launch an air attack on our ships. Transport ship Neosho and destroyer Sims bound for Port Moresby. The Japanese mistakenly identified them as a carrier and a cruiser.
We must protect our convoy!
I couldn't agree more. Nonetheless, I have to point out that sending carrier-based aviation against Neosho and Sims would temporarily leave the Japanese carriers helpless. It would be the perfect moment for us to take out the enemy carriers.
Millimeters of armor is no joke. Our guns are too big to fail.
Our attitude is as crazy as our altitude. Our lives are in the skies.
Guarding the perimeter. They won't escape. Continue the onslaught. They won't escape.
We prefer to keep our distance. Go suck a lemon!
Guarding bigger vessels.
You don't need islands when you have carriers.
We will rock your world.
We cut through the air.
Providing escort service.
Hey, the skies are ours.
With that much firepower, we can sink the whole country, I think.
Searching for enemy subs. Fire away!
Show them our main gun.
Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them.
With that much firepower, we can sink the whole country, I think.
Will there be enemy cargo ships?
We prefer to keep our distance. There we go. Hey! Where are escort ships?
How may I be of assistance? We fight!
Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels? Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship?
And send for the enemy.
We are high in the sky.
Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them. You don't need islands when you have carriers.
Guarding bigger vessels. How may I be of assistance? Searching for enemy subs.
Better to die than to live and not fly.
Escort ships are the glue that holds the Navy together. Reporting as ordered.
We aim for the sky. There we go. Ready to launch our Air Force.
Guarding bigger vessels. On the prowl.
We're on a floating fortress.
The fuel is low. Gotta do it fast. The fuel is low. Gotta do it fast.
Providing escort service.
The fuel is low. Gotta do it fast.
We better be kept away from the enemy.
All these fancy new carriers will not replace 400mm naval guns.
We are the fastest ship.
Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so. Fire! It's raining hell! A big...
We reach for the stars.
And send for the enemy.
How may I be of assistance? Your trust is well placed.
We reach for the stars. We better be kept away from the enemy.
We will rock your world.
Well, at least we have an insignia.
We're on a floating fortress.
How may I be of assistance?
The fuel is low. Gotta do it fast.
From General MacArthur to Admiral Nimitz. Air reconnaissance has spotted a large group of Japanese transport ships approaching Port Moresby from the north. It looks like the landing operation is about to begin. All ships and aircraft have been engaged. We've thrown everything we have at it, and it's still not enough. I demand immediate assistance from the Navy.
From Admiral Nimitz to General MacArthur. Copy that. Task Force 17 is ready to defend Port Moresby.
All these fancy new carriers will not replace good old 400mm naval guns.
Your trust is well placed.
We keep traditions of the Navy.
Can't we just stay away and launch planes?
We're on a floating fortress. Let's see who has the bigger caliber.
Can't we just stay away and launch planes? Fire! Carriers are the main instrument of modern warfare.
Fire away! The enemy crumbled!
300mm of armor is no joke.
We are the fastest ship.
We better be kept away from the enemy.
One volley of our shelling worth more than my house.
Providing air cover.
We will rock your world.
Do you require an escort? Do you require an escort?
No bullets. Do we ram them now? No bullets. Do we ram them now?
And sin for the enemy. Will I become a hero? Guess not. Yay, you've noticed me. My mother will be proud.
Ready to launch our Air Force. Carriers are the main instrument of modern warfare. We have an island on board, sir.
We will rock your world.
Hey! Where are our escort ships?
300mm of armor is no joke. Finally, we get to use our guns.
Guarding the perimeter. Continue the onslaught. Providing air cover. Enemy down.
Mobile airfield at your disposal.
We are the fastest ship.
With that much firepower, we can sink the whole country, I think.
We were unable to save Neosho and Sims. Well, at least they have distracted the enemy forces.
Mobile airfield at your disposal. Can't we just stay away and launch planes?
Unseen for the enemy. We like swimming. Not really.
Can't we just stay away and launch planes?
We're on a floating fortress. Time to wreck some holes.
You require an escort.
All systems are go.
All these fancy new carriers will not replace good old 400 mm guns. We will rock your world.
Should we not get paid better?
Fire! We will rock your world.
Escort ships are the glue that holds the Navy together. Fire away! They won't escape. Guarding the perimeter.
Our guns are too big to fail.
Carriers are the main instrument of modern warfare. Ready to launch our Air Force.
Reporting as ordered.
Our ammunition storage is almost empty.
We reach for the stars.
Guarding bigger vessels. We fight! We will teach them humility. Escort ships are the glue that holds the Navy together.
U.S. Marines are bested only by U.S. submarines.
Our ammunition storage is almost empty.
Your trust is well placed. Reporting as ordered. Providing air cover. providing escort service. We fight!
Ready to launch our Air Force.
Guarding the perimeter.
Too big to fail.
Oh, come on! Don't leave us. We need shooting practice.
Whoa! Bang the bastard for good. Our ammunition storage is almost empty.
Guarding the perimeter.
Well, at least we have an insignia.
Oh yes, we'll show them our main gun.
Guarding the perimeter. On the prowl. Reporting as ordered. We'll get them for you.
Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels?
They're finished. How may I be of assistance? We are the fastest ship, guarding the perimeter.
We prefer to keep our distance. They went down in flames, sir!
Our ammunition storage is almost empty.
We are the fastest ship. Escort ships are the glue that holds the Navy together.
We keep traditions of the Navy.
Unseen for the enemy.
You don't need islands when you have carriers.
All these fancy new carriers will not replace good old 400mm naval guns.
You require an escort? Reporting as ordered.
Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them. We prefer to keep our distance.
We'll hope for the best.
We need munition supplies.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Reporting as ordered.
I'm fed up with seeing the same ugly mugs every day.
We need munition supplies!
Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels?
How may I be of assistance?
All these fancy nuke carriers will not replace good old 400mm naval guns.
We are the fastest ship.
Our ammunition storage is almost empty.
We aim for the sky! Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them. We'll put them to flight, sir!
Do we get to blow up some enemy vessels?
Fire! It's raining hell!
We need munition supplies! We are the fastest ship. Take them out.
Carriers are the main instrument of modern warfare.
No ammo. Our guns are silent. No ammo. Our guns are silent. No ammo. Our guns are silent.
We will rock your world!
We reach for the stars.
From General MacArthur to Admiral...
We need munition supplies!
Ready to launch our Air Force.
We need munition supplies! Continue the onslaught!
Do we get to blow up some enemy?
Ready to launch our Air Force. We aim for the sky.
No ammo. Our guns are silent.
We need munition supplies. We need munition supplies. We need munition supplies. Continue the onslaught.
Time to move.
I'm fed up with seeing the same ugly mugs every day.
No ammo. Our guns are silent.
Firing as we go. Now we finish them.
300 millimeters of armor is no joke.
All systems are go. We reach for the stars. We prefer to keep our distance.
We need munition supplies. We need munition supplies.
Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so. 300 millimeters of armor is no joke.
No ammo. We're defenseless.
Ready to launch our Air Force.
We will rock your world.
General MacArthur to Admiral Nimitz. Intelligence reports that Japanese forces are marching on Port Moresby from the north. It is a major threat to the city and the entire army group in New Guinea. Time is running out. Further delay in the Coral Sea operation would be a severe strategic miscalculation.
We need munition supplies. On the lookout.
No ammo. Our guns are silent.
We need munition supplies.
Is there anything better than serving on a US battleship? I don't think so. Where are we headed?
No ammo. Our guns are silent.
Where are we headed?
Our world is full of wonders. Carriers are one of them.
Seeking out the enemy. We need munition supplies.
300 millimeters of armor is no joke.
All systems are go. We go against the tide.
You can see us?
No ammo. We're defenseless. Going full speed ahead.
No ammo. Our guns are silent.
U.S. Marines are bested only by U.S. submarines.
We will rock your world.
We need munition supplies.
We'll carry you through this battle. You don't need islands when you have carriers.
We will rock your world. Where are we headed?
No ammo. Our guns are silent.
Ah, no ammo. We're defenseless.
Our ammunition storage is almost empty.
Can I serve in another vessel? These guys are borrowing